Guys, welcome to today's video where I want to show you a compelling option to get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on your Lexus GX470 with NAV this time. A lot of people have seen my head unit install videos, and when they realized that my GX470 was non-NAV, they were lamenting the fact that it's so difficult to find options for GX470s with NAV. Now, as you know, in my wife's GX470, she already has the Grom V-Line 2, which integrates the use of Apple CarPlay in our case with the stock NAV screen from 2004. Needless to say, it's been very difficult to deal with that old screen, and we've been looking around for alternatives. I've also been seeing posts like this on the GXOR Facebook forum that show me that people are interested in this idea. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to take apart their whole dash, doesn't want to pay for an expensive unit in order to get Apple CarPlay, and just wants a simple, easy solution, then I believe that Atoto might have a solution for you. So let's go check it out. Alright, let's start with the unboxing of this thing. Here you have all the necessary instructions, the unit itself that has additional instructions on the QR code, and all sorts of other wiring and aftermarket cameras that I don't think you'll need to use in your Lexus GX470, and I'll show you why in a minute. So the mount hooks in securely to the unit like this, and you have an adjustable mount that sticks right onto your windshield while the unit rests on the top of the dash. So this is sort of what it looks like, and this is how the suction cup works and sticks itself extremely securely to the windshield. And this is what the unit basically looks like when it's installed. It just sits right on top of the dash there. And now I'm just sticking it on in the final position. And of course, you can make all the necessary adjustments till it sits how you like. This thing is not going anywhere. It's very secure on there, so I'm not worried about it at all. And here I'm trying to show you what it looks like from the driver's perspective. As you can see, the hood behind the unit is only obstructed in this area that I show with my finger there. So it's really not an issue that it obstructs the vision of the driver at all. There are plenty of new cars that come from the factory with worse offending head unit obstructions. So here I'm just getting everything ready and plugged in to turn on the Atoto unit, and all that involves is plugging this in your cigarette lighter outlet and then plugging this one into the back of the unit. That is all. There is nothing else. If you want to hide the wire, there are plenty of ways to do that. Now I'm just letting the head units boot up, and you can see that it's a much clearer display than we have down below with the old 2004 display from Lexus. And I'm just showing some of the navigation features. You can lower and raise brightness, turn up and turn down volume, all sorts of stuff that you need to do. And then you can just connect via Bluetooth, and then you can connect saying use Apple CarPlay with the Atoto unit, and then you have Apple CarPlay in your Lexus GX470 just like that. It really couldn't be simpler than this, and that's really the name of the game with this. There may be far superior head unit options, but they involve far more work to make them work properly. All this unit really allows is a simple solution, sort of like a Bluetooth dongle or something like that, taken to the next level, if you will. Now I am setting up the connection via the vehicle's factory radio. So I'm going to an FM station on the radio. Seriously, it's this simple. Find your favorite radio station that you know works well in your local area. And then on the Atoto unit, you go ahead and find this screen and find that radio station. And when you find it and match it, press the check mark, and you are connected to your vehicle's factory speaker system. If you have a 2007 and up GX470 with NAV, you will have a auxiliary cable that you can also use if you're worried about the radio static being an issue in your area. Now I'm just going through various music that's on my wife's phone and making sure that the connection to the speakers is working okay and that the radio static isn't too bad. If I listen to the radio more, I think I'd know which station to go to better when setting it up. But anyways, here's one of the main benefits of this unit in the GX470 specifically. You get to retain your factory backup cam. You don't have to do any wiring of the cameras that come with the unit. You can keep those, make yourself a front trail camera or something like that if you want. So this is all good in theory. Let's hear my wife's thoughts after living with it for a week. All right, so what are your thoughts on the Grom versus the A-Toto one?
Okay, so the A-Toto, what's it called? The A-Toto is a much clearer display. You can tell it's much newer and it works really seamlessly with your finger. It's very responsive, so that's really nice. So far it's worked fine. One thing I don't like about it is that you have to connect via the radio, so you have to connect the radio station. I only found radio stations that were not very clear in the sound. So what I like about the Toto is that it's a really nice display. It's very responsive to your touch, and it's a very good affordable option, especially if your screen is broken or miscolored.
So if you have a NAV GX and you don't want to make a whole bunch of modifications to swap this whole deal out to a non-NAV AC controls, you can just pop this thing on, easily hide the wire around the side of the dash or under here somewhere. Plenty of things could work, and just call it a day. It's not nearly as expensive as the Grom.
And it's not as complicated too. Like, this is something that most people can install, no problem. You don't have to have any special skills in installing car items.
Yeah, if you saw my Grom install video, which you can check out here, and you thought, there ain't no way I'm gonna do that, and I don't want to pay somebody to install a radio for me, the A-Toto one I think is a really solid option for you. So anyways guys, thanks so much for joining me for today's video and checking out this head unit option. We'll see you in the next one.